What's good, YouTube? It's your main man, AB the Hero, back again with another video. Today, we're giving you the Gelo Ball update that you have been asking for. Let's get into it.
Triple B's! AB the Hero, back at it, baby.
Now, if you've been rocking with the channel for a minute, you'll probably hear some of this information and be like, but AB, you done told us a lot of this already. It might sound some of it redundant, but there are some new things that we haven't necessarily got to discuss when it comes to the Gelo Ball saga that we will get into. We'll react to some clips and him talking about what's happening next, and I'll show you some breadcrumbs that may lead you to understand what are the possibilities when it comes to what's happening next with Liangelo Ball. First off, I would love to start here though, saying congratulations to Gelo for having his first child, a boy named Liangelo Ball. You see the Liangelo here, which shows us a little bit who his favorite brother probably is. It's probably Melo, because that is a mix of LaMelo versus Gelo. It's kind of cool name. I think he said the nickname will be Velo, which is dope. But this is the mother of his child. I believe her name is Nikki Medeiros. So I want to give a shout out to those two. They seem to be happy. I watched a couple clips with them on BET or whatever, and I was like, man, shout out to Gelo, man. A boy look like he in love, man. So that's cool. So from this, they kind of went on like a bit of a press tour, I guess I would say. I think that she has some history, kind of like him, but in reality TV, but hers in more traditional sense of reality TV. So the love and hip hop and all of those things. So they were on a show over here. They did an interview with I can't think of my guy's name, but we'll get to it here in a second. Jason Lee. They're on the Jason Lee show, and the Jason Lee cat, he actually conducted what I would consider to be a really solid interview, a really solid interview. Talked with both of them, even got into some of Liangelo's basketball, what's next stuff, and that's what we're going to talk about right now. Before we do that, I want to play this clip because I think that this is the one thing that I wish most people who find themselves invested in what's happening with the Ball family has to understand, right? Because there'll be some beef and some drama and folks be going way too hard at times. But you have to realize that with all of these guys, this is indubitably true. Listen to this.
I don't know. I don't get into that because I wake up, I live good every day for real. The people I'm around show love. I don't never have no problems like in person. So I'm not going to be sad from what I seen online. Everybody talking crazy. Like when I meet them in person, everybody cool. Like I don't really have no trouble like that.
So I want to really give y'all some insight on the fact that all of these dudes have pretty solid lives, right? You look at him, beautiful woman here on his arm, very freshly dressed, brothers and family that all love him. And so I want to point out that my man is definitely happy, right? And so once you start getting into the basketball of it all, it's really just an icing on the cake for a cat like Liangelo Ball. Now, we fast forward a bit in this interview, and here's where we start to get into what's happening next with Gelo. Let's listen to it.
You were in the NBA for a little bit. What happened with that?
Like I be working out for it, but then I stayed in the G League for like 2 years.
Right.
You know, it just didn't work out for real. So I'm probably go overseas when I heal my ankle. And then
so what is that process like? So do you all do you guys go to I'm the gayest person you're ever going to meet. Do you go to a court and there's a bunch of people there watching you from different teams and then pick who they want in the G League, or?
Nah, like you could get a workout with a team if your agent set it up or something. Like I'll go work out for a team. Or in this case, I went up back to Charlotte with Melo. Like nobody told me anything. I just was playing up there all summer, working out, and they're like, oh yeah, he tough. So we got thrown on the G League. But then
I want to say something here because my man Humble, he said, listen to this. He said, I was working out with Melo and they was like, oh yeah, he's tough. So he got thrown on the G League. When he said the, oh yeah, he's tough part, he kind of burned it off, but they realized, oh, my man is a hooper. let's throw him on the G League team. That's important. I'm gonna say that with my chest for my man Gelo here. Oh yeah, he's tough. Let's get him on the squad. Let's keep going.
Yeah. I just didn't play as much as I would have liked for sure, so I had to get up out of there.
How'd you hurt your ankle?
My ankle.
Now, I also want to touch on that. I think that there has been throughout the Gelo's journey with the Greensboro Swarm, there's been questioning of his character, of whether or not he really wanted to be there, all of these things, why he not playing. And he's telling you, I didn't play as much as I would have liked, right? And so that's important because that gives you some insight on my man was down. And when you saw him on the bench looking frustrated, he was frustrated because the same reason you was frustrated watching, he didn't play as much as he would have liked to play. So that answers a big question. Now, up next, he asks him, what's going on with the ankle? This is conversation that we've had many times on this channel about the ankle. And so let's hear Gelo.
Ankle been messed up for real. I just fixed it like the right way recently.
He just had his ankle surgery.
Yeah, I just had my recent ankle surgery. But when
Do
I
you rub
fixed
his-
this one, like,
Do you rub his feet? Because I had
All right, so
this
let
thing
me
where I hate-
let me take this back here. So he said once we fix this one, it's gonna be up, basically. So I think that's something that we talked about on this channel a long time ago is the ankle, right? And how that was probably one of the biggest ailments to the beginning of his NBA career. And one of the big things that I have always talked about is Gelo has always been in this precarious position in which time is a factor, right? You have to take advantage of the opportunities that are presenting themselves. So when you're going to hoop in Charlotte with LaMelo and the Hornets say, oh, he's tough, let's put him on the G League team, the Summer League squad or whatever, you don't have time to say, but hold on, let me get my ankle right. You gotta go. When the Lakers give you a tryout, you can't say, well, I can't come to the tryout because my ankle, the Golden State, my ankle, you can't do it. You have to go. I do think that he has definitely put himself in position where people have seen enough basketball from Liangelo Ball to know that it's not a gimmick. To know that if we get him on our squad, he's gonna hoop. And I think that this helps him moving forward, right? And so in the clip when he's talking about my next move may be to go overseas, which is, I believe, an answer to a question that lots of folks had. Bro, why won't you just go ahead and take that trip? Is it that you just want to be next to your brothers? Is you trying to do this? I think we got the answer from him here. He is trying to knock on that NBA door because that's the door that most of these guys who hoop want to get through is the NBA. And so he was close as you can get to it without getting all the way through it is in the G League. And so now the opportunity has started to present itself to go overseas. I do think that it's the smartest thing that he could have done is to really fix the ankle before you go overseas, because the last thing you want to do is like the Lithuanian situation is be in Lithuania and be injured and not playing. Because when you're across the water and you're injured and you can't play, they have no opportunity. The only thing they can do is send you home. It costs too much to have you sit over here across the world for you to not be playing. And when I say cost too much, I don't just mean the team. I mean for you as well, right? For you, because you got family, you got your whole life, your house and everything on the other side. And the thing you came here to do, you can't do. It costs. It costs your mental health. It costs your wealth. It costs all of that stuff. And there's a financial, monetary cost that the team has to pay to keep you there and then provide you with trainers and all that stuff as well. That begins to rack up. But here's where I want to take you here. And this is what I was saying. Some of this stuff may sound redundant and be like, hey, V, man, you said this already. We saw this when you posted some a while back. But I want to take you over to the channel. And if you go here, let me pull this up here. You'll look at our shorts. And one of the most recent shorts that we posted a while back, because we've been on a little bit of sabbatical hiatus, was this one here, where LeVar Ball breaking news. And here's what he had to
Want
say.
an exclusive?
Hit me.
Yeah, go
Do
on.
you want an exclusive?
Yes,
Here we go.
please.
Here we go.
Big Baller finna hit you with this. My son This ain't even heard of in the States.
hold
My
on, wait.
son,
I need a brief, man.
Liangelo Ball, wants to play for the New Zealand Breakers. I'm trying to let y'all know. It's finna go wild. Simon, the GM, get in touch with the big baller. I'm bringing another ball boy to the NBL. Liangelo Ball, heard first on the show where it goes down.
New Zealand. Us,
Yes.
all of us.
Yes.
Want Liangelo to play for the Breakers.
That's what I'm talking about. It's going down.
Now, if you like me and you get hyped when people get opportunities to thrive and do good, this got you excited, right? Simply because we saw the impact that the NBL had on on LaMelo Ball's career, right? But also you see the excitement of the folks in the room. The idea of Gelo going over there and playing in New Zealand got them hyped, and that got me hyped. But here's something that I also want to take and tell you, and I believe that's inside information, the stuff that I have noticed from just being around the Ball family, talking to LeVar and all of these folks for a while. They are so big on relationships. They're so big on you do well by me, I'll do well by you, right? And I think that the fact that LeVar even post LaMelo not even being in New Zealand is having these conversations, or I mean in Australia, and him still going over there speaks to the type of relationships that they have with people in that part of the world. And so I do think that there's a high chance that they could figure out a way to get Gelo there, because the relationships that they have built over there speaks to the relationships that they have built over there. To me, is something that they will definitely tap back into if given opportunity. Now, if you follow me over on the Instagram, you'll see that right after I shared that post, I shared this one over here on the Instagram. And you heard LeVar call out Simon, the GM for the Breakers. And we shortly after he made this post, we got a response from the New Zealand Breakers.
I didn't realize he was going to call us out or call me out.
Liangelo Ball has for a while been on the Breakers' radar, helped by his brother LaMelo, who played for Illawarra in 2019. Liangelo's most recently been playing in the G League, the NBA's development competition.
This is the first day of free agency. I can't put a percentage on, but what I can say is that we are having conversations. Nothing is off the table. We're looking at all options.
Ball, Bronny or both may for now just be a dream, but one the Breakers will be desperately hoping comes true. Alex Chapman, News Up.
I didn't realize he was going to.
All right, so here's what I'm saying is you look at that and you hear him saying, you know what, listen, we didn't know you was going to call us out on the main stage like that, put us on the Summer Jam screen, but we're interested. Now, we have seen many times where there's been tension and where the Ball family and their name has come up, and the response when people are like, oh, that ain't true, it ain't happened, that's not how it went, they don't mind calling LeVar out on things that they don't agree with. So if there was no genuine interest, trust and believe you would have heard that from a man Simon right there in that clip. The interest is there. I can also tell you this, that from things that I have heard in the past, not anything that I would say is remotely recent, but I can tell you that throughout the world, when I talk about those relationships with the Ball family and opportunities when it comes to basketball, Australia NBL is not the only league, it's not the only country, it's not the only nationality, whatever, who would be interested in having a Ball brother show up and hoop for them, right? And I think that one of the big things that Liangelo gained from playing in the G League is credibility that is just not a gimmick. You're not just bringing Gelo over there because of the name. You're bringing him over there because he can hoop. That being said, I do think give my dog some time to heal up, get his ankle back right, and then let him put his best foot forward, pun intended, pun not intended, on the court when it's time. If he does that, I think that we will see him circle back to the NBA someday, If not, we'll see him continue to climb to the higher echelons of basketball on a global scale, right? It would be nice to get back to the NBA, but it would also be nice to be an NBL superstar. It would also be nice to play in the Euro League. It would also be nice to play in some of these other leagues internationally that not only have the bag, but also have the notoriety. You see a lot of those leagues show a lot of love to cats who have had some experience in the social spheres, right? You look at the Tommy Furies of it all. There's another cat who played for the London Lions who was a social star, and that's why they wanted to get Gelo there at some point. But also, I'll throw out the London Lions is moving up. So whatever league they were playing in at that time when Ball family came there to now is different leagues, and they're on another level. So it would be super dope for them to extend that opportunity to Gelo Ball to help them get to the next level. And I wouldn't take that off the table. They also got a cat on their team right now, Tariq Phillips, who is a dog. And I know him and watch him hoop personally, so I can tell you that that's a great opportunity for those guys. I also will tell you really fast before we get up out of here, if you have not, check this out. I will put a link in the description for you all. But my man Brandon Williams is writing a book right now, or wrote the book, and it's already out about the Junior Basketball Association. Let me find the page here. My fault. I thought I had it up for y'all. I ain't have it. But you can tap into it. What I'll do is I have the link for it in the comments section. I'll pin it here. You can get a pre-order copy of this book for 99 cents currently. The book is right now pre-sale, best-selling book on Amazon, and nobody even read a copy yet. Also, your boy ABD Hero wrote the foreword for the book, so you could tap in and in the reviews, let them know, like, yo, man, you know, ABD Hero wrote the foreword. I really mess with it. Cut him in on it. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. But that's neither here nor there. But shout out to Brandon Williams, talking with Fresh. He was one of the original commentators. And so it's your main man, ABD Hero. We getting up out of here. But that's the Gelo Ball update. We out. Peace.
Be the hero. No, not peace. +1, triple B's. We out.
There it is.